Hey there, my name is Dan, product specialist at Aplos, and so glad that you took some time to check out this video. We're going to talk a little bit about understanding your donors and the donor life cycle. Everybody has donors, but they don't always quite know what to do with them and what they mean to your organization. So I'm going to spend a few minutes and tell you a little bit about just kind of how to work with those donors from the beginning to hopefully a lifetime relationship. All right, so let's spend the next few minutes and talk a little bit about the donor life cycle and the different steps that are involved in creating and having lifelong relationships with the donors of your nonprofit organization. And before we talk about the donor life cycle, what we really want to do is talk about donor retention and understand what it is and why it matters. And donor retention is it's a fundraising method that seeks gifts from existing donors, and you want to make sure that those regular donors continue to give year after year, month after month, whichever it may be. So a huge part of that donor relationship and what we'll call donor life cycle is that donor retention. The goal of any organization is to get donors to give again and again and again and never to lose connection with your organization. So the key word here is donor engagement. So hopefully you're looking at ways and methods that you can kind of retain those donors and keep them excited so that you don't lose them from year to year or from month to month. We call it kind of how do you fill the leaky bucket is one of the terms that they use or we use in the fundraising world. And so what you want to do is you want to focus on the funnel, which we'll talk about here in a second. But you want to make sure that you're constantly engaging and keeping people involved in your organization so that you'll continue to fill as people drop off, you'll fill that bucket with new donors. To kind of put a different perspective, a long time ago in the fundraising world, there was a term called the fundraising pyramid that was used. So some people still use it, but it's kind of an out-of-date method. But the idea was that over time, people will give to your organization. If you keep them engaged, then they'll kind of build up the pyramid, and then hopefully at the end of their life or over a certain amount of time, they'll give a larger gift. But what a lot of people found in the last 5 to 10 years is that method has really changed. It's gone from a pyramid to a funnel. The idea is that really before anybody's going to even give a gift, you need to get them engaged and have them those donors become more aware of your organization. So we're going to kind of look at it that way. Is that what happens is before you even go out and ask people for money or ask people to get involved, you want them to kind of become engaged. And what steps do you have to do that? So kind of want to look at it this way: is you want people to participate. Younger people want to be involved. They want to be engaged, but they might quite not yet have the capacity to give a large gift. So understanding that you want to identify people. Once you identify them, you want to cultivate them, you want to invite them, you want to get them to participate. And once they're engaged, then you want to maybe ask them for a gift. And of course, we don't want to make sure you acknowledge those gifts. And then you keep them engaged over time and you steward them with awareness of the kinds of things that are happening in your organization. So let's understand this and kind of recap that as we just kind of have just another minute or so. Is that you want to make sure that your organization is growing with your donors. You have an opportunity to move people along in that relationship continuum, and so that they know what's kind of next. So you want to keep people engaged. Engagement is really the most important layer. Is making sure that they feel a part of what you're doing. You're not just always asking them for money. That they have an opportunity to participate, whether it's as a volunteer or that they feel like they're a part of the exciting work that your nonprofit or ministry is doing. And of course, the first-time gift has traditionally been called a one-time gift. It really should be the first-time gift because hopefully a first time is just the beginning of that relationship. You want people to be able to participate and any community members that have taken action. So it's not just a monetary transaction, but is in fact a way for them to participate. And then the loyal donor, it's tricky because it's likely where donors will remain the longest before maturing to make a major gift. So those are the kinds of things that you need to make sure that people stay loyal. and then fat. And hopefully with all of that, those will lead into larger, or what we call major gifts over time, that those people will stay engaged and involved, and they'll make large gifts. So hopefully you'll find that to be helpful as you think about that donor life cycle. Well, hopefully you found that to be helpful, maybe learning a little bit more about lifelong relationships with your donors and understanding the donor life cycle. Thanks for checking us out, and for more information, you can check out the Aplos Academy for more videos and tips on fundraising. Thanks a lot.